Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Time Gal. I'm your host, Caitlin Peluffo. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. It's a fun one. We got Oscar Aydin, who is a sweet, sweet fella. He's gay. Well, we talk about it so much on the pod. It's a running joke. You'll see. It doesn't matter. It does matter. He's great. He's very funny. He's a funny comedian. You can catch him on Instagram at It's Oscar Aydin, ITSOSCARAYDIN. Check him out. He's great. He also has a podcast called Oh Oscar, and he's funny. We had a great time on this episode. A blast. It's been back-to-back killers. All right. So check out the podcast. Follow me on Instagram. At Caitlin Peluffo. I have a bunch of dates coming up. I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be opening for Fortune Feimster a bunch. I'm going to be opening for Mateo Lane a bunch. And then I'm also going to be doing a bunch of my own gigs. I'm going to be in Denver. I'm going to be in Sunnyvale, California. I'm going to be in Las Vegas. I'm literally just everywhere you can imagine. Why did I have to inch my nose right then? You know what I mean? I was like, I'm picking my nose. It doesn't matter. It was great until then. Thank you for listening. But if you want to catch me live on tour, please come and see me at Caitlin Peluffo. On my link tree is a link to every single show that I'm going to be on. So please come and see it. I'm also going to be doing on Monday, I believe it's August 22nd. I am headlining The Grove in New York City. It's a small little venue. I bring some of my friends with me. Stevie Boy, Sweet Steve, he's going to be with me. So come to that show. That one's super fun. It's also super cheap. And it's a very brick and mortar place. So if you want to support a small business, come to that show. And I believe it is a Monday, August 28th. Jesus Christ. This is why I'm never going to make it. You know what I mean? I just don't even know where I am right now. I'm in New York City. Come see me. But yeah, August 29th, 28th. God dang it. Come and see me. I'm going to be headlining. I'm going to be doing 45 to an hour, and it's going to be a blast. Last time we had a great time. So please come. I love you very much. And follow us on Instagram. I miss you. Bye. Oh, the double thumbs up from the Fawns means we're in, baby. Oscar Aydin, how you doing?
Well, hello there, Caitlin.
Thanks for doing the pod in your little matchy match.
Oh, of course. As I said, this is new, Macy's. And this I bought from a woman in Ukraine. So that's my effort to support.
Hashtag support Ukraine.
Yeah, hashtag.
Okay, hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag.
Is that how you do it? Is that how?
No.
Hashtag.
But I feel like if there was a millennial way to do it, it would be like that. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bum bum.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
it's that. Maybe it's bum bum or
like-
bum bum.
Remember West Side?
Oh, I remember West Side.
Yeah. Remember
Don't do
when
that
people...
on this podcast.
Yeah. Right.
What are you trying to get us shot?
Yeah, we don't do that.
No, my God.
West Side? Which is funny because I
used to
actually
do
went to school on the West Side. And so whenever I do it, people are like, are you gay?
Look at that.
What is that?
That's blood.
Okay,
Belinda!
let's not do that on the podcast, Caitlin.
They thought you were gay because you would do West Side?
Well, it was more like West Side.
Okay, that might be a tell. That might be a tell.
That might be the reason.
Were you wearing that bag?
No.
Then it might be. Yeah.
Not this bag.
No, it's a nice bag.
It
It's
is. You know, it's vintage Adidas.
vintage Adidas.
Yeah.
Which is as straight as it gets.
Yeah, which is very straight, by the way. I just want everybody to know. It was actually in the title of the bag, vintage heterosexual Adidas bag. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, obviously.
Yeah, it's called Will Help You Pass.
As long as it's on your hip
Yes.
and not your tit.
Yeah. Well, he's suckling that
This
beast.
is actually, I love it. You know, I think this is genuine pleather.
Oh,
Yeah.
genuine.
Yeah,
The real article
Yeah,
of the fake
real
stuff.
genuine pleather, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a better fashion sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not very good at like matching. Like, you know, there's a lot of other gay comics who are very, you know, they look really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of just like, meh. You know? Like, I've come to the realization that I'm kind of like the Southwest Airlines of homosexuals.
Yeah, but
Whereas,
you're funny.
I know, but, you know, it's like...
That's true. That means you are the Southwest Airlines.
Right.
Because they are funny. That's flight attendants are funny.
No frills, but I'm consistent.
Yes. That's true. You're consistent until you're not.
Yeah.
Until your whole thing crashes and everyone...
Right. Until I have a technical outage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I strand 1,000 people at a show by just bombing the shit out of it.
Well, Oscar, you are a very funny comic.
Oh,
to the
thank
people
you.
who don't know you, Oscar, Aydin is a comic who happens to be gay. I believe that's how they want to be talked about now.
Caitlin, if they haven't noticed that from the first sentence, I'm gonna have to say we may need to talk to your listeners.
Yeah, if they can, they probably have pretty good gaydar, but they're not looking at it. They might be listening to it.
Yeah,
you have a very deep voice.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's so funny. Whenever
bless your heart.
Whenever I do a show, people look at me very confused because I tell them, I'm like, okay, they're like, I don't get it. He looks like Aladdin, but sounds like Linda from Bob's Burgers.
You do sound like Linda.
Look at the tree.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Look at the tree. Look at the tree. Yeah, that's how that goes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Everybody could use a little Linda in their lives.
You know, I love, that. Let me tell you something about that guy. He banked on doing that voice. You know who that is, right?
Who is it?
So do you remember a long time ago, there was this guy on YouTube who would do videos of his mother, and he would be like, oh, look at the Christmas tree. Look at the tree.
No.
Oh, it's so nice. Look it up. I forgot his name, but he did the voice so much and so well, and people loved it that they actually brought him in as the voice of Linda on Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
see, TikTok, it can make you.
That's YouTube.
That's YouTube. Oh. God, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm so old. I'm like, it's the ticky tack.
Yeah, it's the Friendster. That's what we put it on the Friendster.
It's Vine.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did you have MySpace?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I spent hours upon hours at work changing my music and background.
I mean, that was the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I was like, what music really describes my day?
Right.
All right. And which are my 5 friends that are going in the top 5?
Right. And people would message you and be like, why am I not in your top 5 friends?
Mm-hmm. Well, no one messaged me that. Everyone was like, we're okay with being a degree separated from you.
Yeah. Like I did semi-learn how to code.
That is true. That is
true.
true.
You were like copying and pasting HTML. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very intricate. Kids these days don't realize how
they think they just upload it.
Yeah.
It's a cloud. The cloud's doing it.
Yeah.
Everything in the cloud is cloudy.
Yeah. It's a filter. It's a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember that. I feel like it really forced you to be a brand.
Yeah.
You had to be like, what represents me?
Yeah,
what am I?
I think I had like TLC. I think I had like a little bit of Madonna playing. I think I had like...
So you were gay at the age of 12?
Okay, 2 things. Number 1, I love that you think I was 12. Okay, great. Yeah, that's kudos to Caitlin for knowing homosexuals. All right. I'll take...
You just grew into it?
Yeah, I'll take respect for homosexuals for 1,000. Alex, thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, but you were out when you were 12. That should have been the joke.
No, yeah. Wow.
But instead it was vaguely like a youth pastor.
Well, you know.
Oh, did it just turn you?
Yeah. I was actually, I think I was straight all the way up until high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah,
were you a happy boy?
I think I was depressed most of the time because I was like, I didn't know what these feelings were.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I didn't like women because I remember sex education and they showed us what like a vagina looked like. And I was like, okay, that just looks like broiled chicken.
Well,
and
nobody likes the look of a vagina. You might still be straight.
Right. Like I was like, okay, this is broiled chicken that's been in a house full of cats. And I was like, And I was like, okay, this is not for me. And then I saw a man naked and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I know what's going on.
Yeah, I see that. Did you know what homosexuality was?
No, I didn't actually. I remember, like, I'm not going to age myself, but I remember there was, when I was a kid in the 90s, when I was a baby in the 90s.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
brand new
Thank you.
to Earth in the 90s.
When I was a very young in the 90s, I remember there were a few movies out there that were LGBTQ centric. And I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, and I would sit up late at night and watch them. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, now, and then I started figuring it out. And then just things kind of pieced together. And then in college, I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm a homosexual.
So you weren't out until college?
No, I don't think I came out until college.
Did you ever kiss anyone in high school?
I had a girlfriend.
What?
Yeah, her name was, I had a lot of girlfriends. Okay, by the way.
I bet you did.
Oh, yeah. All my girlfriends were
very handsome.
Stunning.
Yeah. You're
my
very handsome boy.
girlfriends were stunning. Like beautiful. Like the top of the top. And
the top that the meat broiler could ever produce.
Right, exactly.
That boiled chicken.
Yeah. But I remember I had Lashana and Andrea and Carla. And I remember Andrea because her brother worked in the army. And so when I would go over, her brother was always there. And he was like this built Latino man. And I was like, oh, yeah.
He was like, don't touch my sister.
Like, she's sitting in front of me and we're sitting like talking to each other. I just would go like this.
Yeah. He thinks he's being protective and you're like, no.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about me touching her. That's not going to happen.
Her being the operative
You
word.
should hide.
Yeah, you, sir.
Don't ask, don't tell, buddy. Get away from me. That's homosexuality for 500. Welcome to the podcast. I'm a problem.
Yeah. No.
So, okay. So then you have these girlfriends.
I had girlfriends and, and it was fine, but I never really was like,
Yeah.
No.
You
never really got into it.
No. And they were like, what's the problem? And am I ugly? And you're like, you're just missing the right attachments. The accoutrement is not to my liking.
I was like, okay, yeah, you're pretty, but like, okay, let's talk about clothing.
Yeah. You were every parent's dream first boyfriend.
Oh my God. When I tell you, every parent was like, oh my God, we love Oscar. We love Oscar. And I secretly think it's because they knew I was a homosexual.
Yes.
And so they were like, okay, he's obviously not going to impregnate my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, you're staying out late with Oscar? Stay out until 2.
Go right ahead.
Have fun.
Oh my God, sleep over.
Yes.
Like I knew that my parents weren't worried about me getting a girl pregnant when they never talked to me about the birds and the bees.
No?
Yeah, because they never did. And I'm pretty sure it was because they were like, okay, yeah, he's not gonna get anybody laid.
Yeah, he's gonna figure it out on his own.
Yeah, he's gonna be a whore.
Yeah.
Good old.
But we won't have any grandkids, so who gives a shit?
No, I know. I feel bad. My parents. I think my parents would have liked to have had grandkids, but too much work.
I mean, do you have any siblings?
No.
No, only child.
I do have a sibling. It's a long and sordid story that you can catch on the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, really? Are you going to a small town and going to give up your career?
Can we just talk about the Hallmark Channel for a moment?
Sure, let's chat.
Can we just say that this channel is supposed to be the epitome of feel-good, very wholesome family, fun, and wholesome love? But if you think about the way they cast characters, every person in these movies has slept with another character in another movie or been the love interest, and then they've gotten married, but no one ever gets divorced. So it's kind of like they're all just committing adultery continuously. Imagine
how many people have chlamydia
also
on the Hallmark Channel.
I have just realized that I do not have a life to know that is what's going on.
Well, they use the same actors over and over again.
They use the same actors.
I'm not going to judge you. I went through a phase, it's also called depression, where I watched a shit ton of those movies, and I just sat and I was like, well, this one is where she gives up and everything works out because she opened a bakery. I'm going to watch this one till the end. I just would, and then this one's about an antique shop. Okay, this one has Tia and Tamara Mowry. I'm going to watch this one. And I just watched them all because I was sad.
My favorite is there was one that was recently on where the girl was singing, and you know how it goes. Like this girl is singing and her voice is okay, obviously dubbed because they don't know how to sing. But, she's singing and she's like, oh, beautiful lie. Oh my God, I didn't know anybody was listening. And like the guy's standing right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is such bad acting. But it is entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, I can't look away. I think what it is, it's soothing because I love Christmas. And so you look at those. I love Christmas. So when you watch those movies, you just see like picturesque Christmas all around. It's snowing. There's decorations. Everybody's got cocoa. It's lovely. So you just literally watch it's like a moving picture of a Christmas frame.
I love QVC.
You watch QVC?
I watch QVC. That is my background.
Wow.
That is my reality TV.
Really?
Yeah. I watch QVC. It's actually what I put it on in the background because, number one, I don't have to follow a storyline.
Okay.
So I'm not worried about, because I have severe ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's hard for me to concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is like during the day when I'm working from home, I have to find a way to have a background kind of like noise-ish or like visual, but still be able to concentrate. Mm-hmm. So like when I do comedy writing, I've got music going, QVC on, and then like a fan above me. Because I have to have the stimulation because then I can like dive in and focus.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder, because I put on sports, either
really?
soccer or baseball, and then I work on my computer.
Really?
Yeah, I have to have something on. Yeah.
But sports or anything?
If it's something with a storyline, I will pay attention. If it's sports, I will look up when I hear a loud vroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, as someone with ADHD, I need something to distract me, but no storyline. That's why it's like hard for me. Like when Reba comes on.
I mean, Reba.
Yeah, I can't.
I used to love that show.
Really?
Oh my God, I've seen every episode.
Oh, I love it. It's great.
Reba.
That was on in 2000.
Really? Yeah. Don't start throwing out numbers. What are you doing? That was a hate crime. That was just straight up rude.
That was a long.
I'm a survivor.
Oh, I love that song. She works hard and never stops. I always end up sounding like Cher. You know what I realized yesterday? I realized that like I was performing at Gotham, and it was the LGBTQ like new talent showcase.
Fun.
And so then I did the closing spot. And after I'm done, I realized like my style of comedy is that I am a cabaret performer who never gets to the songs.
It's just all the tangents.
It's just all of the stories and tangents, and then they're like, "Okay, when is he going to start? When is it?
He's sitting at the piano. Nope, standing back up. Okay,
he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Oh, another anal joke. Okay, cool. Poppers.
Let me tell you something. I've gotten away from all that.
Good for you.
Here's the thing. I talk about like gay, but I stray away from the sexual portion of it because
I remember you being super dirty.
Yeah, I was super dirty. I think that was in the beginning. And then I've kind of like worked on phases in a way to, in a kind of way to figure out what my voice is, still be true to being gay, but finding a way that isn't the sole basis of what I talk about. Because I like to talk about so many things. Like I like to talk about, climate change and abortion and everything. And so, but I get to add a little bit of a gay twist to it. So I still enjoy it.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. It's exhausting. I'm exhausted.
Because I remember when we bonded, I was like, when we first started, We've been doing it for a long time together.
We have. You stuck to it and committed to comedy and made it. And I'm kind of like on the way-ish. I hope, knock on wood. But
I'm still knocking on wood, bitch. You said I made it.
You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Kayla, get the fuck out of here.
I'm sweating right now. I'm
You're
always
doing
nervous.
just fine.
I'm always terrified.
I know, we all are.
Mhm.
Like we all are, because it's our dream, and everybody's always terrified when their dream is never concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that
you
is
know,
true.
that's the and then but we did. I used to run the open mic at Bunga's Den on 14th Street.
Oh, yes. Now it is a ping pong bar.
No, it's closed.
Oh, thank God.
I know.
It used to be a beer pong.
Right. And then they
ping-pong
wouldn't let
situation.
open mics, which I was very upset about. But let me tell you something. That was a fun open mic. A lot of people were at that open mic that you see out now, like Maddie Smith, you,
Mm-hmm.
Cullum was there, Usama Siddiqui, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the people that are, moving
Yeah.
up. And it's
Yeah.
funny to see how we all started somewhere.
Yeah.
But I took a break because I was very important that I focus on, gay volleyball for a while.
Yeah, you gotta have different interests. All right.
Yeah.
If you do only comedy, what are you?
I know, but you know what
Gay
though? I
volleyball?
wasted
Beautiful.
about 5 years dedicated to gay volleyball, when in return all I got was probably an STD.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you ever gotten an STD?
Oh God, yeah.
Which ones?
Uh,
The big three?
why are you out? Jesus, Caitlin. Is this a podcast or is this am I going to my
We've talked
doctor?
about STDs before. I just talked about HPV with Jilly Willy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I've had just the basics.
The basics.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
had the basics.
Was that like the gonorrhea, chlamydia?
Yeah, we'll just throw those out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crabs. I feel like those are the big three.
Not had crabs.
Knock on wood.
No,
Yes.
not had crabs.
But I feel like everybody at
But
one
I
point.
am now in a monogamous relationship.
That's about how long?
Almost 3 years now.
Do you guys live together?
No, God, no.
I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
Okay, I didn't mean to bring that up. That was the offensive part. Okay, I've had chlamydia, but living together, disgusting.
Oh, God. No, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's-
nice.
It works, because I have my place. He has his.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend the weekends there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a divorced dad
Yeah, it's
situation.
great. It's great. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And
I'm
you're
kind of like,
Daddy, what are we gonna do today?
Yeah, I'm kind of like the child that goes and just plays with
Yeah.
my, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the zoo, son.
Yeah. But it is nice to have that daddy complex, though.
You do have a daddy complex?
No.
Oh.
I mean, depends.
Is he older than you?
I don't know. I think he just turned 98.
You stop it. That was the year you were born. You're getting confused.
This one, huh? Yeah. I'll take sucking up to the gays for 1,000, Alex. That's a daily double for Caitlin.
Well, I got to make up for that first one. Did you turn gay?
Yeah. No, it actually works out. We've been together for about 3 years. He's in his late 40s, and I'm almost approaching 40. So it works.
How'd you meet?
We met at a laundromat,
Of course.
and I was twerking in front of him,
No, you were not.
waiting in line. Yeah. I was shaking my butt for him a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. And he was like, and so I waited for him outside. And this was actually during the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had to wait to do your laundry outside?
Well, one of us had to wait outside because the laundry space was so small.
Oh,
it was like
okay.
one of those very small places, and you just drop it off. So
Oh,
they didn't
okay.
want too many people in there. So like he waited outside, and then I waited outside, and then we started chatting, and then yeah,
Yeah, so COVID
Yeah.
be damned.
yeah, COVID, fuck you.
Yeah, we won't be in the same room together, but we will fuck in another room minutes later.
Boy, they don't know gays, do they? It was funny because gays were like, okay,
Yeah.
we're used to this.
Yeah.
We're used to a plague. Ha ha! Try us now, bitch.
Oh, we just have to wear a mask. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, a mask? Oh, please, honey.
Oh, I'm going to get a cough. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. As long as I can still do anal. Yeah.
I'm technically facing away.
Yeah. We're doing it in a glory hole, okay? So we're fine.
With plexiglass. Could
Yeah.
you imagine?
I mean, the glory hole places were open.
There are things as glory holes?
Yeah, all over the city.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have to pay? To, like, use the
Usually,
facilities?
Yes. Kind of
Okay.
like you have to pay for the video that comes on in the room.
Oh.
And then, but there's a hole. So it's like you pay to watch a porn, but you're not really watching the porn because you're too busy
Focusing on.
the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the hole, is it just mouth on the other end of the hole, or is it
You'd be surprised.
anything?
And it
you-
depends. Sometimes it's a round hole. Sometimes it's a window, but the window isn't all the way shut. So you've got this much space.
must be
Yeah.
so nerve-wracking.
No, it's fine.
What if they just shut it on your?
Oh, you can't.
Oh, thank
You
God.
can't shut the window. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be terrifying? The whole time you're like, ah.
No,
ah.
it's fine. I mean, it's hard for, the well-endowed men.
Oh,
but-
really?
Well, the whole, the slit's only so big.
Oh, okay.
And then you get the well-endowed men and they're like, oh.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is painful.
But usually what happens is, you talk to them through the hole. It's kind of like that old.
Well, doesn't that defeat the purpose of a glory hole?
Well, I mean, then you're like, hey, let's go back to my place or something like that.
Oh, I see. But you
Yeah.
can put your dick in and see if anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's someone on the other side, I mean, you look and see if the person's there. If the person's next to you and they're attractive, then yeah, you might as well.
So you do see. So there's no anonymity.
No, there is anonymity to a degree, but
Okay.
you do see the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought you would pay to be like,
Anonymous.
yes.
It is.
Where it's just like, I am just a penis.
Right. That's what you see because that's how big the hole is, but you can see through the hole to see what they look like.
Okay.
Also, you see what they look like when they're going into the room. This was a long time ago,
Okay.
when I was a wee youngin' when I first moved to New York City, and there were no apps.
Ah, so that's
so
how
you
you
kind
would meet
of
guys.
like
okay.
either you go to the gay bars or maybe you
You go
and
to a
trust
glory
me,
hole.
I've seen some very interesting characters.
Oh, really?
A lot of bisexual, discreet men.
Mhm.
Some army.
Really? Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. They were out there trying to turn gay.
yeah. Just gonna bleep. It's all just gonna. The whole podcast is just gonna be bleep, 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 glory hole, bleep, glory hole, bleep, bleep, round hole, bleep, bleep, chlamydia.
Yeah. So, did you drink in high school?
Oh my God. So
Because you seem pretty popular.
I was such a goody two shoes.
You're sure they didn't know that you were gay right
Oh
away?
God. I mean, here's the thing. I talk about this on stage where I'm like, my parents did catch me looking at a porn website called nakedsword.com.
Naked sword?
Naked Sword.
Sword? What's
Yeah, a
sword?
sword. Naked Sword.
Yeah, sword.
Yeah, sword.
Sword?
How do you say it?
Sword.
Naked Sword.
Sword. Do you really pronounce the W in there?
Naked Sword.
Naked sword.
No.
How do you say?
How do you
How do
say
you
it?
say it? Say it into the goddamn microphone.
Sword.
Sword.
No, sword. It's a sword. It's not a sword. What's a sword? It is
a sword.
No, that's like sordid lives. But you're fighting with a sword. Look it up on Google Translate right now. Put in
The W's
sword and
definitely
make
there.
it English,
There
and
is-
then you push the sound button, and we'll see what it says.
Let's hear
Oh,
it.
you don't have the headphones on.
You don't have that. Oh, okay.
The audience will be able to hear though.
All right. Sword. I've never heard anyone say sword.
Sword.
All right, here we go.
Sword.
It's saying sword.
It is
Oh!
not. No, it's not.
Yes, it
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Fonzie. Sword.
Hold on.
Sword.
We're gonna do this. Where's English? I'm sorry. I'm not giving up on
Linda
this.
is upset.
I am not giving up on this one. Where's Google Translate? I'm sorry, I can't do this. It is sword.
It's not sword. It's not sword.
The
It's
W is
sword.
there.
The W is there, but it's silent.
Google.
How do you say sword?
Hold on. English is English. We're going to do this. And
I
wanna
love this.
know.
We finally get to what the podcast is about. And then we're like, whoa. How do you pronounce sword?
Okay, let's see if this says something.
Sword.
Let's do it one more time. Just one more time. Let's see. Okay.
Sword.
One more.
Sword.
Oh.
There is a
Sword.
sword.
No.
Sword.
No, you're just trying to be extra fancy.
Sword. Sword.
Okay.
Sword.
You know what? All right. Thank you.
Just want to make sure everybody can hear it. Sword.
It's nakedsword.com.
Naked sword.
I'm just going to say sword.
Go ahead. You can say it however you want.
Because you know what? That's the proper English way of saying
No,
it.
it's not. That is the proper
Well,
English.
British. It's British. Naked
You
sword.
sophisticate.
Yeah. Well,
So
they
you're-
caught me looking at this website
Okay.
of a name that we shall continue to disagree on.
Naked sword.
Right. Naked sword.
There we go.
Yeah, there
Now
we go.
that's the loop.
Oh, I should have put in British. Yeah. Naked sword.
Perfect.
And God, now I lost my concentration.
Your parents caught you looking at naked sword.
Yes. And I remember them asking me what that is. And I remember, this is no joke. I told them it was about the Renaissance Fair.
What?
I did. I was like, it is about the Renaissance Fair. And they never asked me again.
Did they all speak in British?
They
too?
all just let it go. And I was like, see, they don't know.
It was the
They
Renaissance
knew.
Fair. They're like,
They know.
okay, Shakespeare, sure.
They were like, okay, that's
Okay.
gayer than the porn itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh boy! At
Yeah.
least he's not wearing a funny hat.
Yeah. Up here. Yeah. So, but in high school, I remember I had a party where we tried to drink
Yeah.
and it didn't go so well.
No.
No.
What happened?
I didn't know what alcohol was. I never tasted it. I was one of those goody two shoes that never wanted to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And then college happened, and wow.
Yeah, cut it for lost time.
Oh God, I would drink. There was one, I think at the final straw,
Mm-hmm.
to the point now where I cannot drink beer,
Mm-hmm.
was so bad that I probably had 6 to 7 pints of beer within a 2.5 hour span.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
just
I was
love it.
just chugging them. And I remember I was in college and it was the day of graduation.
Oof.
And my parents were coming to get me that day. And I woke up with such a bad hangover.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember the college person, because I was in the dorms, the college person was like, hey, here, like, we're going to have to bill you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you vomited all over the staircase to the point where it dripped down the railing. And I was like, that is not me. I don't do that. And they were like, no, it was you. And I was like, no, it's not. I was like, are there cameras? Are there cameras? There's no cameras, so it wasn't me.
Oh my God! You just gaslit these people.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah. But no, yeah. It was now I cannot drink beer for that reason.
Oh God! You little vomit.
Yeah. And then when I moved to New York City, so I didn't. I was still kind of like drank a little bit, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't. And I was at this big party in New York City in March. It's called the Black Party.
Mm-hmm.
And it is basically it's like this big gay leather dance party.
Oh,
There's about
fun.
yeah, it's about 1,000 people. It was at Roseland Ballroom
Okay.
back on 52nd Street
Okay.
when they had Roseland Ballroom, and it was so much fun. And I remember I think I had like probably a vodka soda or something, and I'm drinking, and I was like, whatever. And then I remember my friends were there, and they had like this weed thing, like
Uh-huh.
the toke or whatever it is, in the metal pipe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hey, you should try some. So I remember taking a hit of it. And then that's all I remember.
You did crystal meth.
The next thing I know, all I hear is whispering. I'm literally standing still in the middle of a dance floor, and I don't hear music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything but whispering. I hear everybody whispering. I was like, okay, I'm fucked up. Like, fucked up. I went home. I was like, I got to get out of here. So I was like, I tapped my friend. I was like, I got to go. And I just heard him whispering, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he brought me out, put me in a cab. I got home. I was up for 3 days.
Oh, it was crystal meth for sure. You had crystal meth.
Yeah. It was that and mixed with alcohol. Yeah. I was up for 3 days.
Oh,
I remember
God.
looking at the ceiling and being like, I think I'm dead. Like, I honestly was like, I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. And I was, and I had to go to work the next day.
Oh,
So I was
God.
working on crystal meth, not knowing it was probably that, paranoid,
Yeah.
just hearing whisperings.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, it was,
What was your job at the time?
I worked at, for Sony Telepictures. I was a production assistant on some of their TV shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you were like busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, not good. And then you know what?
What?
After that, I didn't drink for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
I did nothing for 15 years.
What happened after 15 years?
I had a glass of champagne,
Really?
and then I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I'm going to slow down. It was that traumatic of an experience.
Yeah.
And if you don't have, so here's the thing about drugs is like, if you don't have friends to guide you through it,
Yeah.
like people are like, oh, you should do shrooms and this and try that. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But if you don't have someone who's a friend to monitor you and closely guide you through the experience, then it's no fun. Because if you like the minute you get paranoid and you start freaking out, it doesn't become fun anymore.
Yeah.
And now you're out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no one around to help you. So how do you convince yourself that you're going to be all right when you don't even know where the fuck you are?
Yeah, you're just set loose in your own shame spiral, just
Right,
going
exactly.
chasing your tail.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, no, yeah. So I didn't touch anything.
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it kind of helped me make sure that I wasn't too wild in New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like, at least from everything I've heard in the gay community,
Yeah.
New York can really set you off.
Oh yeah, I mean, and then I started drinking a little bit slowly. I would go out and have like a drink. Now I'll have a drink every once in a while, but I don't like feeling tipsy
Yeah.
because when I get tipsy, I get hungry and I eat a lot.
You've brought this up before that you're an eater, but you
Yeah,
don't look
I'm
like an eater.
I am an eater. The thing is though is that I used to be able to just eat. I don't know. There was one time when I went to Chipotle, I had a burrito,
Okay.
full like meatful burrito.
All right.
I was still hungry,
Mhm.
so I had another burrito.
A full burrito?
Full burrito. Ate both of them.
Wow.
And I don't know how it happened.
That's
like
impressive.
when I was a kid, I would eat McDonald's breakfast with my parents. And we would go and my parents would be like, okay, after church.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah.
You're a religious boy?
I grew up Lutheran.
What?
Yeah.
Did it stick?
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like, here's the thing I like about Lutherans. I like Lutherans because they're kind of like just, they're kind of like, someone put it this way. They're kind of like the uncle that you like to hang out with. And Catholics are kind of like the uncle that you're scared to hang out with.
For which reason?
We can all guess.
Yeah. Alcoholism, brutality, or molestation.
Yeah.
Which one?
You're going to get all three
Yeah.
in Catholicism, That's if you go to communion. Yeah, I grew up Lutheran, and after church, we would go and we would get McDonald's breakfast as a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And I would make my parents, I would make my mom get me like 3 sausage biscuits, 2 egg McMuffins, a bacon, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, and 5 hash browns. And I would
What?
eat all of it.
Were you a bigger boy?
I at my heaviest, I was a 38 waist.
Okay.
And I was about 215.
And okay.
And then
Did you play sports?
No.
How did you lose it?
I came out.
You came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you come out,
You better come in.
yeah. You better, as my friend likes to say, push away from the table.
Push away from your. That's what they. How? Oh, because you're like, I'm not eating.
Yeah. They always like push away from the table. That's what
Oh.
they, I mean, like, that's what they did with Beyonce.
Is that what they did with her?
Well, you push away from the table, girl, because you got to look good. And we all know everybody likes to eat. And that's the problem with celebrities is you don't get to enjoy a lot of food. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're constantly monitoring what you eat.
Someone told me, they were like, yeah, celebrities, like they're all like, they eat outside so people take pictures of them eating, but that'll be the only time they eat that day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I had on my podcast, I had this guy who works in television and film, and my boyfriend who also worked in fashion talked about like models would eat, in order to stay thin, they would do the cucumber diet, which Nicole Kidman, I hear, does. Hypothetically, speculation. Is cucumber and hot sauce. So you put the
What?
hot sauce on the cucumber and then you eat that and that's it.
And that's
And
it?
then you just sleep. So like models before couture shows,
Mm-hmm.
they would take sleeping pills and sleep before, all the way up until the week before
Jesus.
New York Fashion, or like the Fashion Week. So that way they wouldn't have to worry about eating.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Although cucumber and hot sauce does sound delicious.
It actually does.
I mean, that sounds really
that's actually a
good.
good afternoon snack.
I was going to think, I was like, with a little hummus?
Yeah.
Little low fat hummus?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to eat that now.
Yeah.
That
It's
sounds
actually
great.
it's actually very good. But and then cotton balls.
What? No, you can't eat cotton balls.
People would eat cotton balls
Why?
in order to feel full. Models, celebrity.
How
You'd
does
be
that come
amazed
out?
at what celebrities do in order to stay the way they look.
Do they like poop little rabbit ears or?
Oh, I know. It's like pellets.
That's how it
You
comes
just look
out.
at the toilet. They don't even have a toilet.
No.
They just have boxes.
Yeah.
Where they just poo pellets. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you think about, that new documentary that came out about all of the supermodels in the 90s. Have you seen that?
No.
Where there's this whole supermodel of the 90s kind of documentary. And they're like, oh, why isn't like Kendall Jenner and all these people? And I'm like, okay, first of all, if you think about it, Kendall Jenner bought her way into modeling.
Yes.
She
Although
did
she is
not.
beautiful.
Okay. But she was. Doesn't matter. Like, she wasn't. No one went out. Like, Giselle Bundchen, discovered.
Yes.
Naomi Campbell, discovered.
Yes.
Linda Evangelista, discovered.
Yes.
Kendall Jenner's mother paid for her to get
Mm-hmm.
into fashion shows.
I see it now.
And let me tell you something. A lot of plastic surgery to get her to do that.
Really?
Have you seen the before and after? There's these fabulous TikToks where they show before and after, like what it would look like if they didn't have had plastic surgery at this
Really?
age. Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Now, going back to, where did we go? Because we went from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the
At one point we were talking about pooping out.
Oh,
cotton
food.
balls.
You asked me about food.
I asked you about food.
Yeah, so yeah, I can put away food. I can put away food.
Okay. Well, where does it go? Do you work out?
I have now started. I've noticed that my metabolism has slowed a little bit.
Mhm.
So I need to constantly, right now, yes, I have a scooter, but I bike a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, like, I got this scooter. My boyfriend got me my first scooter, and I was like, yay, I'm
Sweet.
a white man who works in tech. And I was like, all right, yay.
Yeah.
Hashtag life goals. And then I noticed that I started gaining weight.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
I would get on the scooter
Mm-hmm.
and then not exercise,
Yeah.
and I would eat. And then also comedy is exhausting because you're not getting home until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't eaten since like 6, 7,
Mm-hmm.
there's a high probability you are going to want to eat something. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'll have a dried banana chip. No, bitch. I'm having a full course of chicken fried rice from West Side Market.
That sounds delicious.
It is, but they're awful.
Really?
Oh, yeah. West Side Market does prepared foods like you would expect. Buying prepared food at West Side Market is like buying sushi at 7-Eleven. Like the chances are very high that you are A, not going to enjoy it, and B, most likely you'll get sick. Now, that's not all the food at West Side Market, but I went to Chicago recently.
Okay. If I get sued by West Side Market,
No,
I'm
you
going
won't.
to be pissed.
This is a personal opinion. But
Okay. Disclaimer.
disclaimer, that's my personal opinion. I went to Chicago recently, and I tell you, I miss the grocery stores of the Midwest because I had cold fried chicken, macaroni salad,
Mm-hmm.
and like the buns that you get like at the deli.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best food I've had in a while.
No.
Yeah. Midwest grocery store food. They had cold baked chicken.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
where the
I grew
accent
up
comes
on the
from.
law. I grew up in the supermarkets that were as big as like the Google building here.
Yes. That
Right?
is something I do miss. The grocery stores are not nearly as big.
No, and
as
they're
they are.
and they're so overpriced now. And they're like inflation. I'm like, bitch, get out of here.
Yeah, when you
I
go
was
to
like,
what?
how did Twizzlers go up in price due to inflation?
Yeah. You go
You're
to
like,
Alto, you're not going to be fucking.
What? But yeah, I will say, yeah, the grocery stores of the Midwest, I got to give a shout out to them because they have that food. Like they have the nacho dip salad, the nacho salad dip, which is so good. They just have. Okay. I am going on. This is the Jonah Hill that I will die on.
As long as you don't take pictures in a bikini, and then
Right.
you can die on it.
Right. Grocery store prepared sheet cake
Oh, yes.
is the best
Yes.
dessert
It is very
cake
good.
ever.
A Costco sheet cake? Get out of town. I mean, there is nothing better than a
Nothing.
Costco sheet cake.
There doesn't need to be writing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
No. It is literally the best. And
Mm-hmm.
you eat it and you're like, oh, okay, I need 5 more slices.
Yeah. It's delightful. It's light and fluffy. I don't
Yes.
know what they
and
do.
moist.
And it's great. And the
Yeah.
frosting is just pure sugar.
And it's so good. And you know what? The frosting to cake ratio is perfect.
Yes.
Because you don't feel like you're overpowered by the frosting because the cake is moist but a little dense.
Yes.
So it mixes beautifully.
Beautifully.
You know what we should do?
What?
If you ever want to, let's do a follow-up podcast
Okay.
episode and we'll do a sheet cake.
Okay. I've always wanted to get a sheet cake and just like put it in front of me and eat it from the middle with just like a fork
Oh, yeah, that
and
sounds
knife.
great.
Doesn't it sound like it's like a bowl of pasta?
Yeah.
Just fucking go at it.
You know
Like,
what? I think like on your cheat day, like I do cheat days now. I think like after I go to the doctor and get all my readings done,
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing I'm going to do is go find a Costco and be like, I need you to get me a sheet cake.
I mean, I think so. They should make they should make personal size sheet cakes.
I have a car now, so I can drive to a Costco.
I live next to Costco. We
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, I live in Astoria, baby.
Oh,
What the hell is
really?
happening?
Sorry, it's my phone.
Yeah, I know it's your fucking phone.
I thought I put it on mute.
I thought I put it on mute. I fucking love
Shush.
you.
Wait, do you have a car?
Yeah, I got a car.
Do you travel a lot for road gigs?
I used to. Now I fly everywhere.
Really?
But so now I have this car that I don't really use that much.
I have a car. We got a car.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend was getting rid of his car and was like, I don't want it anymore. He's like, I'm going to either donate it to Cars for Kids or someone else can take it. And I was like, well, they don't deserve it.
No,
So
they surely don't.
I was like, I am sorry, but a struggling comedian? Come on, huh? Come on.
I have dreams.
Well, I have dreams.
Those
okay?
kids, they
What
just
are they
want to
gonna do?
live.
What are they going to do? They're going to go to Disneyland with the car? Won't make it. Car won't make it. I ain't making it. No. But he was like, I'm either going to donate it somewhere, or if you want it, you can take it. So I bought it from him, very cheap price. And now we have it. And I haven't done any road gigs. And I have done a road gig. I did Cherry Grove and Fire Island.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was a great show. A lot of older. Here's the thing. Can I just tell you something? So I did Cherry Grove. Okay. It was a mix of older gays and lesbians with a smattering of newer, kind of like the younger generation. I had the best fucking time.
Oh, good.
So good. Then, about a week or two ago, I did a show at a bar.
Okay.
A lot of younger, progressive, queer community people.
Oh, they don't laugh.
I was like, okay, this is what, like, I do this at clubs, and people like enjoy it.
Yes.
And I'm standing here giving you like a material, and they look at me and they're like, yeah, okay.
They don't laugh.
They don't.
They don't laugh. If you ever watch someone look at TikTok, do you ever see them laugh? They go,
No.
that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing in a live audience. They
Right.
don't understand.
They don't.
And also, they don't have a sense of humor because everything can be taken the wrong way.
Right.
You say one thing wrong, I shouldn't laugh at that, or
Right.
I don't know if I should laugh at that. Is that offensive? I don't know. TikTok better tell me.
Right.
Yes.
And
The
that's the thing now.
ticky-tack.
Let me tell you something. Liberals and Democrats used to be the most politically incorrect people many moons ago. Like 10 years ago, we used to have all these shows that were so fun and politically incorrect. Like, Married with Children, Mad TV, In Living Color, all these shows, these were things that you could do on TV. And it was like the liberal people that were pushing this, hey, let's have fun. And then all of a sudden we turned on each other
Yeah.
and we got angry with each other. There are reasons that were obviously, verified for, kind of like checking things to make sure that it wasn't going too far. And there were like movements that happened, and that's fine. But we also got into this thing where now everything also is offensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
It's not
and what's
fun.
funny is that it's actually flipping back. So now, like, liberals are the ones that are having fun, and Republicans are the ones calling like wokeness and trying to cancel everything.
Yeah, they get like it's kind of funny because it's like it's the same, like the end of the tail. They are the same.
Yeah.
The way too liberal and the way too conservative are the same.
Right.
And they don't even see it.
Right.
It's like,
They're
come
literally
on.
the same. And let me tell you something. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's so hard trying to toe that line. That's why I like performing at the Cellar, because they have to lock up their phones. So if you make a mistake, it's not caught on camera.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they don't have their phones.
Oh, they for every show?
Every single show.
Oh, I
They're
didn't
locked
know
up.
that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
So
I
they're
mean-
very focused.
Yes. Yeah. It's great.
I look forward to the day when I get to perform.
There we go. That's the kind of affirmations we like.
Yeah, I look forward to the day when I get to perform there, because I know it's going to be a really good fucking time.
It's a great time.
It is a good time, and I am working to build that
Yes.
dream.
Speaking of that, you should follow him online.
Oh.
We're coming to a close, baby.
Oh my gosh! I
You
hope I
did-
didn't do too much.
Do too much. Come on.
This was
you were
fun.
great.
I
Where
like
can people
ra-
find you?
I like tangents.
Yeah. This is only a podcast about tangents.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
People can find me. Check me out on Instagram. It's Oscar Aydin. Aydin spelled Aydin. You can find me on TikTok. Same. Oscar, just Aydin. Oscar Aydin. And I have a podcast. I have not posted on it due to some unforeseen family reasons. However, there are still probably 50 episodes that you can check out. So go
Wow.
through those, enjoy them. It's a hodgepodge of fun, It's called Oh Oscar, streaming on all platforms. And then that's it. See my if you go to my link tree, you'll find my calendar. Come see me live. We always have a good time.
Beautiful. Go see Oscar.
Yeah.
I love you.
Thanks.
Bye.